Hottest game you have lost in your chess career? And how many moves you actually resigned? Okay, 10, 10. What does it mean by IRL? No, not mouse clicks are not counted. So no online games. I'm basically talking about classical games. Okay, 11, I see. How many games do you think must have happened at Grandmaster level, where they resigned within, let's say, 15 moves? Again, I am not taking a single online game. We are not talking about mouse click. We are not talking about blitz games. We are mostly talking about classical games. I have just chosen one rapid game that we are going to see now, and one or two rapid games and just one single blitz game. Yeah, we would imagine maybe just one game. One of the very famous is, of course, Anand's game. But the numbers are crazy. There are just so many examples where grandmasters resign, many times within first 10 moves and first 15 moves, let's say. What are the reasons? So I was recently I was going through all these games. So we can kind of make few categories here. It's not exactly lack of preparation. So one is blunder, like blunder which are very difficult to explain, happening at the very highest level also. I'm also saying not just grandmaster, but 2700 plus players. So one is blunder. Second is, this is also blunder, but it's not, it's possible to explain. It's like tricks. So let's say one is blunder, one is tricks. One is mixing up preparation. People assuming that this is part of my preparation and playing, and then losing the game. So once I remember I was playing in Netherlands. Classical means slow chess, they were. So once I was playing in Netherlands and I lost a game in like 17 moves. I was very upset. This is like, how can I lose in 17 moves? And one part of me said, okay, it's a good thing. Yeah, like you are never, ever in your life going to lose after 17, within 17 moves. Another year passed. And then I was playing in Indonesia and I lost with 15 moves. So that has been the lowest. So we'll see a lot of games, a lot of positions actually today. But mostly it will be very simple, very easy. So it will be more like interesting session for you guys. So this one of the rare case where I picked up some rapid games. This particular position occurred in Nisibiano Ivanchuk. Black to play. What do you think black played here? Apologies. Here white played d4. Sorry. And now it's black to play. So this happened in World Cup 1999, Las Vegas, rapid, and at knockout stage. So black is Ivanchuk, the legendary Ivanchuk. Black is a pawn up, and at this point, pretty much everything is good for black. Black can play bishop d4, black can play bishop b6. Just move the bishop somewhere. Yes, Aaron, that's what happened. Black took bishop takes f2. Any guess what did he play after queen takes f2?
Blue.
Yes, exactly. Imrose resign. So there are some blunders we'll see. Okay, this at least happened in a rapid game, but still, players of Ivanchuk's caliber, it's very hard to explain. There are sometimes certain blackout. He was, of course, counting on either he counted on this, and probably, I don't know, very difficult to explain. Maybe he thought this bishop is not protected. Moving on. This one, I believe, is a classical game, like a slower time control. White is Gallagher, and black is Victor Korchnoi. White goes knight f3. Can somebody tell me what is the threat here for white? What is white threatening? Very straightforward. There's basically why else somebody would play knight f3? But as it happens, there are certain blunders which are very, very difficult to explain. Black goes bishop b5. This is move number 13. White plays move 14, b4, and black resigns. Shocking, right? This one, white is 2400, black is Bocharov. This is relatively recently, 2009. What if knight d3 at what point? Here knight d3. Knight d3, I just take queen d3 and then it's protected. Sorry, you mean after bishop b5, b4, and now knight d3. It's very much possible that he was actually counting on this. This is what he must be thinking. But tell me why this does not work. I would think just a simple move like king d2, let's say, and then I just take. Yeah. Wait, I again got one more query there. So now you are asking king d2, knight b4. So knight b4 Shonak does not work because I take on b6, and after you take queen, this is coming with check. So this one, Bocharov is black, 2600. Again, a classical tournament. White played the move knight c6. There are so many ways to respond to this. Yeah, we can take. This is move 10, by the way, and it's a standard theoretical line. So knight c6, we can, we can take. We can move the queen anywhere. Of course, we don't want to move it on c8 because of the fork. But Bocharov played queen d7. And that's it. Yeah, like the same position. Okay, if we play queen c7, then after knight b8, we first take on d3 and then take on b8. And after queen d7, this comes with a tempo. Just to be clear that, I'm not showing these games to show like, these players are playing so badly and so on. Basically, the reason is I want to share that this happens with many strong players. Hallucination will be there. You might lose a game in like 10, 15 moves. No big deal. So let's keep seeing more. This one was one of the most shocking for me, I would say. So I would call this, some kind of hallucination, and again, blunders which are absolutely, very hard to explain. At least, Thorsten and Aryan, I would imagine, like something like bishop g5, at least I can explain. That I would not say, it's very difficult to explain. Bishop g5, knight f3, I understand. But here, Christopher Lutz played Knight b d2. No explanation, right? A 25-90 player is never, under normal circumstances, this will not happen. But then blunders are blunders. Yeah, it's like your brain, for some reason, at that point, it's not, not functioning in right direction. Knight g2 check, resigns. Bishop is gone. So those were like blunders which are very difficult to explain. Then there are some blunders which are where there is no threat. For instance, if you look at this position, Dorfman, a very strong grandmaster, playing against Romanician in Capablanca Memorial, Cuba, a very traditional tournament, very strong tournament. At this point, Black has zero threats. Think about this. As I see, Ivan says that bishop f3, but bishop f3 is not a threat. I will take. I understand, Ivan, you want to attack me here, but I can just play rook e1. I'll make a square. Bishop f3 is not a threat, but white played the move king h1. So now it is exactly Ivan and Frosten, yeah, Emrose. This is again move 13, and white had no problem in the position. I mean, he could just play f4, for instance. Black king is equally weak, black is underdeveloped. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind playing white here at all. But the moment king h1 happened, of course, Romanician takes bishop f3. Now we have to resign because after take, we are missing that escape route. Good going. So Van Velde, again, a very strong grandmaster. He has played almost all top players, including Kasparov, a number of times. A good friend of mine. It's black to play, and this is move number 7. What move do you think black played here? Yes, Samrog. Yes, Inros. Exactly. That's what happened. So now you guys are good at predicting the moves, not just finding the solution, yeah, but just predicting what could go. Yeah, so in a Lost Boys tournament, classical tournament, he goes d6. So these are the positions where you don't expect, that anything could go wrong. As I see in the chat that you guys are saying some knight c6, bishop g4, yeah, standard moves. b6. So black was not expecting that he can play. Of course, unless you play some move like knight e4 or bishop h6, he just made a normal move, b6, and that's it. That's all it takes. Over. Bishop f6, bishop f6, bishop d5. In this case, Van Velde continued for a few more moves, but the result was never in doubt. Okay, it's a full rook down, yeah. And he resigned here after 14 moves. This is classical time control, which means 2 hours, 40 moves, and so on. So it's not rapid, it's not a mouse clip, it's not. These are normal games. So now we are not like the first few games we saw, it was like direct one move blunder. And these I would call slightly unexpected. So Rustamov is 25-70 playing in Russian Championship in St. Petersburg, 1998. He goes bishop h4. Doesn't seem wrong at first sight. Bishop was attacked, I moved the bishop. What did white miss? No, sorry, bishop f2, I'll take bishop takes f2. I see a lot of correct answer, Aaron, Azar, Imrose. Yeah, now I really cannot read the names quickly. Sritan, Saipuri. Bebarko, bishop f2, I'll take with the bishop, yeah? A lot of correct answers. Apologies if I'm missing some names, but in general, I'm seeing the trend. 90% of you are saying the right answer. Yeah, bishop takes c3. Rook takes c3. Queen. After bishop c3, basically white resigned on move 15. But rook c3, queen d4, game over. We cannot save it. Let's get to a different level now. Christiansen is playing Anatoly Karpov. And Karpov in 93, I believe he was world number 2. And this is very famous game, of course. And let's not forget in 94, Karpov had the best result of his entire career. No, Mayur, this is not a blindfold game. This is wait and see. Eh? So Karpov goes bishop d6. Yeah, I'm getting answers instantly. But these are also, positions where you don't expect that such a tactics will be there. So it's a bit unexpected. Like in a simple position, it is happening. Yeah? Of course, in retrospect, we can always say, this loose piece, it's hanging, so we should take care. But in a tournament game, also, as they say, there's a saying, like this queen backward moves, especially in long diagonals, are difficult to, easy to miss. A very recent example. This is from Delhi Parsna, round 7. Ziaur Rahman, a very strong grandmaster from Bangladesh, playing against Ditan Ghosh, my city mate. And white to play. So again, a position, and this is just move 6. It's kind of a position where we think nothing can go wrong. So Ziaur Rahman plays c4. Now this is a losing move. Yeah. So blunders happens everywhere. Whether it's classical game, whether you're grandmaster, international master, just doesn't matter, guys. Bishop f6, cd3. Yeah. 100% correct answer. An interesting fact, this happened in 2019. In 2018, Deep Sen Gupta, who is also a grandmaster, very strong grandmaster, 2563, he was playing with SN Narayanan, who was 2525, in another classical tournament in Kolkata. At this point, Deep played f3. Bishop h5, castle, bishop g6, still normal position, c4, e6. This position, any day I would prefer white. I take the bishop. The knight is nicely restricted with this pawn. And in the long run, white will kind of get a good center. But instead of this, we played the move d into c6. So obviously, if black takes, then we take, and we are a pawn up. And the idea is, if black takes either of the knight, we give a check, and then we take back. What did white miss? Yeah, Arjun Tejasvi, Boston. No, if you play knight c5, I'll just take. Yeah? Knight e5 also, I'll take the knight. These blunders are slightly more subtle. Yeah, Shushan, that's the right answer. So if you move the bishop, then I just take the knight. Right now, white is 2 pawns up. And white is kind of saying, I'll pick up either your knight or your bishop, and then I'll remain 1 pawn up. Queen a5, no, I'll just take the piece. I'm 2 pawns up, right? Let's see some forcing lines.
Hello?
So we said bishop e2, c takes d7, right?
No chess అంటే speed.
So what did in the game? SL Narayanan took bishop e2 and Deep resigned. Why did he resign? Because we said his intention was to take c takes d7 and then take it back here. Instead of doing this, why did he resign? Yes, Aaron, Imrose. See, these are the things it's very easy to miss because you don't expect this to happen. Yeah. C takes d7. Deep did not play because black takes back with the knight. And now black is a piece up.
What if d into e6?
Sorry, come again, Aaron?
Now what if d into e6 instead of d into c6?
It will be the same, right? Anyway, I'll take. It doesn't make any difference.
No, then I'll take on f7. Then I'll take on f7.
Yeah. Probably lesser evil, I would say. At least, I mean, you are still worse because you only have 2 pawns.
Yeah, but your king is weak.
Yeah, but this is still not good enough for a piece. But yeah, had he seen, I think he would have played. He would have definitely played d into e6 instead of d into c6. But the problem is he just did not see knight d7. And now, okay, if you take the bishop, I take the bishop, and if you take the queen, takes the queen, and black remains 1 full piece up. It's kind of nice tactic. Mikhal Session versus Romanishin again. Russian Championship. It's interesting how this is move 12. White goes d5. As I said, the class is not going to be like super challenging, but at least it will be, an eye-opening thing that how it is possible that such strong players are making such mistakes. And let's just be clear, soon you will see my game also, so I am also going to show my own talent. Yeah, bishop c3 and game over. Similar theme happened in 2015, exactly similar thing, like the spin, yeah? Here, Vidit is black and Zhu Yinglun is white. It's a rapid. But again, I mean, when there is hallucination, it does not matter whether it's blitz or rapid or a classical game. Vidit goes c5. And yeah, that's it. Bishop b5, knight c6, d5. This is in 2019. Bartel, also a good friend of mine, playing against, I'm not sure if I'll pronounce this properly, Matuszewski, Mikhail. This was black to move, and these are the positions where I call it, these are also blunders, but these are unexpected blunders. These are like, you don't expect anything to go wrong with your move, but suddenly it's resigned. I can understand if black would play some odd move and then he loses. Black makes a natural move, c into d4. After this, the game is lost. So most likely, I think these things happens because we don't expect, like if the position was very dynamic, very tense, a player would be more cautious. But here we don't expect anything to go wrong. After c4, we are probably calculating knight d4, e4, bishop d4. Everything seems to be normal. But yeah, beautiful guys, all of you, absolutely all of you. Now I just cannot take your names individually because this is 100% correct answer. Bishop takes e4. You cannot take on c3 because b7 is hanging. Take bishop into e4, queen d4. We are attacking here, we are attacking there. Game over. Move 12. Tal Baron from Israel, grandmaster, very strong player. This is 2011. This is move 7. Yeah, there are many games which happened in Rapid and Blitz, but as I said, Rapid I just took like 2-3 games, and Blitz I got only 1. So this is Israeli championship in which Beersheba. Black played the most natural move in the position, bishop g7. He is saying, okay, if you play e4, I'll take here. White makes a move, black resigns. Yeah. So I just also want all of you to understand that are these players not capable of seeing this move? Not at all. But again, no one is completely immune to blunder. Knight d5, bishop d5. Knight d5 he resigned because after bishop d5, e4, nothing can stop d5 anymore. I was working on this subject and I got like hundreds of games. I selected, I think, about 50 or 60 for today. This is Setu. Setu is white. Again, very good friend of mine. He's playing in Moscow Open 2013 against Kresky. And his opponent played d6. Now, I'm pretty sure when his opponent played d6, he saw queen a4. I mean, I don't believe that, he didn't see queen a4. But probably he thought after queen a4, knight c6, I'm protecting. And if you play d5, I take and I take the pawn. He remembered this pin, but he forgot about this pin. That's the problem. So queen a4, d5, takes, and now he resigns because you cannot take it back. This guy is also pinned, and g5 does not help because we are going for the bishop with the tempo. Move 11, this was. Hubner Kasparov in Germany, Cologne. White has a normal position. White played bishop d3. Threatening mate here. Kasparov made a move that Hubner was not expecting. Now, Hubner, 26-30 back in 1992, it means, he was one of the top class player when he was in world top 10 for ages. Indeed, Rishabh, Vedant, Parshini, Sushant, Chaitanya, Samrita, absolutely. F5. But there is a saying, I forgot who said this. They say, blunders never come, it never comes alone. F5, it is not lost for white. White can survive this position, provided he makes the correct move here. But it's clear that he was not expecting f5. In the game, yes, he took queen takes f5, and after knight f6, the queen is trapped, middle of the board. But He didn't have to do this. He didn't have to take queen f5. So if we move the queen here or here, black is going to play e4, and then there is a fork. However, the moment black plays e4, we can play c5, trying to give a check. But if you keep the queen in these squares, then black takes and the queen kind of gets under attack. So exactly as most of you said, queen h4, e5, e4, and c5. And we escape. Why didn't we play queen e2? I got a question there. I think it would be e4, and after rook e1, that's actually interesting. Probably it's, I cannot play bishop e7. Can I play king f7 actually? I can do this, right? Probably I can do this. No, then you have c5, yeah? d3 and takes everything. Then you have c5. I have, can I play bishop b4? Actually very interesting. I see I can play some, I can move my rook, like I can play rook d8, takes, and then just take back. No, but even that does not work. Well, bishop e7 is possible. I'm thinking, what am I doing if he takes? Because the pin still remains, yeah? And white will simply play something like this. Bishop b4 is very interesting. The bishop b4, maybe this is the move. Attack this guy somehow. But let's say he goes knight d2. So I got out of it. Well, h6 now he'll start moving his pieces, yeah? H6 in this position, yeah? H6 in this position. Maybe I'll move the bishop again, bishop d2. Bishop d2, you want rook, no, rook e7. Yeah, then you want rook e7. That's actually smart. Then I have rook e7. Bishop h4, yeah? But bishop h4, now maybe I can trap even the other bishop also. Bishop h4 I don't like. There will be bishop b4 and so on. Yeah, bishop b4. Bishop b4, knight d2, and ed3. Something like this, and take on d2. Yeah, I guess this is it. Maybe it is h6. I was really hoping this nice move king f7, but I see you have c5. I can quickly confirm with computer, just to be sure. So it says everything wins. Everything, even c5, bishop c7. It's just playing positionally. Bishop b4 wins. It says even moves like knight f6 wins. Bishop f6, queen f6. Yeah, it just starts playing slowly now. Bishop d7, and just crush through. But yeah, in the game, even this was lesser evil than what happened in the game. Queen f5, knight f6, queen got trapped. Again, Hubner, vacancy, tall. Tall is black. White makes the most, logical move, let's say. Just plays bishop f4. Developing move. Says you want to take knight e4. Go ahead and take it. I don't mind. But Tal makes a move and Hubner resigns. Yeah, Aryan, Rishabh, Vedant. Shonkolon, yes. Sushant Sai. Absolutely. Bishop takes f3, game over. So you cannot take with the knight because bishop is hanging. So you would like to take with the rook. Now knight h5. There is no way to protect this guy and this guy. G3 will just take, f3 is a pin. So these are classical time controls. So this is like, another recent example, Zhao Jun is playing Yu Yanggi. Both very strong grandmasters. I have played with both of them a number of times. And this is, I think, Chinese league in Danzhou. At this point, it's white to move. White can play any move and he's clearly better. He can play rook h1, he can play rook h2. He can, if he wants, he can even play b3 because this rook is not even attacked. And this knight is a monster. Black king does not have any safe place. White king can always hide, just move the bishop somewhere and go long castle. But your simplest would be to play rook h1 and then to take. But white rushed. White played knight into h7. His idea was, of course, if queen h4, then we take on g6. Then white is winning. But from an advantage position, from a clear better position, just one wrong move and rook takes h7. Resigns. Because queen h7, knight h4, we are a piece down. This game happened in Asian Championship Doha. I was playing in this tournament also. So now we will see few positions which I say mixing up preparation. Like they think they're in the preparation, but they are not. So in the game, Dibyendu Barua, my city mate, senior player, he goes h5. Black goes h3, attacking the knight. It's a very standard theory. White's last move was g4, black took knight takes g4, white played rook g1. There are like, thousands of games in this position. h5, h3. Now the main theory is if black goes knight f6, white takes the pawn. But Barua played the move, knight h6. And Pavel Kotsur, he probably thought he is in his preparation. Knight h6 is not a great move because of e4, at least according to the theory. I mean, not a great move as in this variation is white. That's how white plays. White plays for compensation. But white just took on g7. The thing is, Kotsur saw this. He saw there is a double attack, but he had some idea in the mind. He said, you can attack, but I'll play rook h7. How do you play then? So this was his plan. Arjun, that's right. Yes, Shamridha. Vedant, give the full variation. Yes. So queen f6, double attack. Only move, we have to go rook h7. There's nothing else to be done, which is what Kotsur was counting on. And Barua takes. And Kotsu, thought, if you take my knight, I take your knight. But a simple move, we attack the queen. Queen has no square from where it can attack the knight anymore. And if it goes back, then we take move 12, resigns. This is the famous one. I think pretty much everybody knows this. This is Zapata white and Anand is black. In BL tournament, round 9, Switzerland. And there is an interesting story behind it. Anand basically read in some informator analysis. This was not even, this is pre-computer era. So people were mainly relying on ECO or informator. And on informator, I forgot who annotated this. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I remember, it was some Timman analysis, but this I'm not sure. But some grandmaster kind of said, knight c3 is the standard move, but you can play bishop f5, interesting, and gave some line. And Anand followed that. And when Zapata plays queen e2, he had to resign on move 6. d3 is coming, but more importantly, queen e2, the standard reply is, of course, queen e7. What is happening after queen e7? Yeah, this is the problem. Exactly. Yeah, knight d5. And queen cannot maintain the e file. This is hanging. Yeah, like e5, he cannot even go. So queen has to move, and then d3, the knight is lost. So that's it. It was game over right there. How can something go wrong in this position? Mark Kuhn, I have also played with him, a 2600 player, very strong. To understand what went wrong, okay, I got a question in the previous position. If after queen e7, why not queen b5? Well, queen b5, there is bishop d7. And you cannot take, yeah, because I will just have discovered check. So this is a theoretical position. Now, to understand why white played a certain move, we need to see two things. Black played e6. There are two standard theory here. One is g3, one is a3. The main moves. e4 is also there, but it's not as popular as these two. So one line goes, black plays g3, sorry, white plays g3, black goes queen b6, knight b3. Again, there are many moves, but remember this position. If black plays knight e5, attacking the pawn, white has this idea of playing e4. Protecting, if you try to attack here, I protect that also, and eventually I'll start, pushing the knights away. So it's a fine position, no problem. There is another theory, a3, also very popular. Bishop e7. But the follow-up of a3 is usually goes with e4 now. Now that black does not have any bishop b4 nasty pin. White mixed up the move order. White played a3, bishop e7, and now he played g3. Queen b6. Still nothing wrong. White can still play the move knight db5, and there are games like bishop g2, giving this pawn, going for some rapid development. But instead, white still believed, that he has he's following theory. So he goes knight b3, knight e5, and white played e4. So remember the previous position we saw where we had e4? That was just without a3 and bishop e7. But these two moves have been included, which means this knight is hanging. So black goes knight g4. This move 9. This is absolutely game over. Now we cannot play knight d4 because queen takes d4, queen takes d4, and knight f3 comes with a fork. White takes his last chance c5. There are many ways to win. I want from all of you What is the most prettiest and cleanest way? If you say bishop c5, it's also very good. Xavier, beautiful. Vedant, Aryan, Kashyap. No, sorry, Kashyap. That's wrong. Aaron, you're right. Arjun, Shushant, Anthony. No, Imrose, that doesn't work. Then you'll lose a piece. Yeah. If you take knight f2, I take cb6. Nicholas, there is something brilliant here. Like, stunning. No, there is nothing wrong with bishop c5. Bishop c5, if you say, you are also getting the correct answer. Black played queen takes b3. Isn't it pretty? And white resigned on move 10. Because if you take, I give knight f3 check. Cannot go here because then it's a fork. You have to go here, check. You have only 2 squares. If you go here, I give check. You cannot protect the queen. So I remain piece up, which means king e2 is only move. I give a check. And now take on b3. And it doesn't end here because now I'll also take the bishop and take the pawn. 2 pawns up. Black did not want to continue this game. Sorry, white did not want to continue this game. Chobaba Badur, playing in Abu Dhabi, is black. So now we are talking about losing game because you believe you are in your preparation. You are. It's not like you are blundering. You simply think that you are in the preparation. To understand what went wrong, we have to first see the existing theory. The game was bishop g5, but to understand why black made the mistake, we'll have a quick discussion on Sozin. Bishop c4, there is a line queen b6, white plays bishop e3, a very standard line, and queen takes b2. Going for this, knight db5, trying to trap the queen. You want to play a3 and kind of go for the queen. Once we play a3, then this queen is kind of boxed. But black has this beautiful resource, queen b4, attacking the bishop. And remember this, yeah, attacking the bishop. Now we are ready to go back. We don't care about knight c7 check because this knight is hanging. It's a complex position, but this is how the theory goes. Yeah, you can play. It's possible to play bishop d3. Black can always play queen a5 and take care of this, and black will claim, I'm 1 pawn up and so on. In the game, now this is Sozin. In the game, white played richer also. Black played queen b6. Now, very interesting move. White plays bishop e3 back. So we have the same position, but without the bishop on c4. Now the bishop is on f1 because white wasted a tempo. Black takes here, already a mistake. Knight db5, queen b4. Hey, the bishop is not attacked anymore. White goes bishop d2. Suddenly, a move that was not possible one move before. Now it's not clear how to deal with knight c7 check. We wanted to play queen a5, but now there is knight d5. According to computer, probably the best move is queen c5 and black is anyway losing. But Jobava played move 9, knight takes e4. What is the cleanest way to win? Exactly, Anthony. I just played a3. Very simple. What to do? Yeah, the queen cannot keep protection to this. You can take with the knight here, but among 100 other things, I can just take and then take the rook. And even this knight is getting trapped. So a3 was cleanest. Maybe there were some other ways too, but a3 is like simply killing. Knight d5, maybe at least, black tries to fight back. Or maybe this black will fight back because this is also hanging. Rook b1, I see Fahim Khan says rook b1, but then it's knight c3. So a3. Another rapid game. Unfortunate victim was Arvind. Again, a very good friend of mine playing against Anton Guyaro from Spain. Knight d4, bishop, knight takes d4, queen takes d4, bishop f6, queen d2. A standard position. In very recently, Artemiev had a game with Duda when Duda was black. And Duda played the theoretical move, which is knight f4. Very interesting tactics. It may feel overwhelming at first shot, but think about this. You cannot take here because I will take here. If you take on d8, I give a check first and then I take back. That leaves, if you take gf4, I take the queen and then I take here. If you take bishop f6, there are many options. I guess I can take here, take, give a check, and then take back. Why not knight c3? I'm getting some question here. I don't see any. So bishop c3, queen takes d2. To be honest, I don't see anything happening immediately. Yeah, I mean, there will be. We'll get to the same position basically. We'll get to the same position, but if I compare with knight c3 and knight f4, in knight f4, white's pawn will be on f4. So I guess that's why Duda played knight f4, and we got the same position. The game ended in a draw, but in general, I prefer white. Arvind game. So this move is possible, this move is possible, but in Arvind game, Arvind played the move knight e3. It's the same thing. It's kind of mixing of preparation. And now after queen d8, he has to resign because he is missing the check. So no matter how black, if bishop d8, then we take f3. If rook d8, we take on f6 and take on e3. Are we clear on this? Good. Moving on. Time to show talent, my own talent. So there is again some interesting story behind this. I'm black in this game, and I'm playing Yu Yangi, Indonesia Open, top board. I think he was leading by half point, or we were jointly leading. In any case, a crucial game. And my opponent plays knight e4, which was very rare back then. Now, there is a background story behind this. This happened in 2012, and just 2 years before, I was working for the Topalov match for Anand, and at some point we decided we could try Scotch for one game, and we were trying to find many ideas. I played Scotch throughout my childhood as white. I was playing only Scotch. So this assignment was given to me to come up with various new ideas. I found many interesting ideas, and one of them was knight e4 from white side. But at the end, we did not like this because there were many refutations. The most standard one was to go, the most brutal one was to go long castle. And after bishop g5, which is already a mistake, there's queen takes e5, sacrificing an exchange, playing bishop d4 check, king d1, rook d8, perfectly also matches with Topalov style of play. The only way after bishop g7 was to play queen c2, I think. And then after something like, sorry, bishop g7 was the game. Sorry, after long castle to play queen c2 and queen takes e5 takes take, I think, something like this. Yeah, this was the white could not move the knight because of queen takes e4. So sorry, queen e1 mate, and this was considered to be equal. Yu Yangi after the game told me he was also expecting something like this, but when he played knight e4, having walked for like 1 week in this position before, I could not remember a single thing, just blank. The mind was completely blank. Now the thing that I remembered was there was a variation where white goes, instead of knight e4, white goes knight f3. And Shirov played a few games. It was bishop g7, bishop g5, check here, takes. The knight is attacked, but Shirov had a very interesting move here, h6. And this was giving a good position for black. It was fine because if we take here, it takes, and then take on g5. I was completely blank. I could not remember what was long castle, and I was doing this, very common mistake: half remembering and half calculating. So it was more like, instead of actually calculating, I was trying to make some jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Oh, I had seen this position somewhere. There is this h6 move, and I went on. I played bishop g7. He goes bishop g5. Check. h6. But there is a difference. The knight is on e4 and not on f3. Sorry, not knight c5. Knight c5 does not work here. Why is it losing? Vedant, the theme is correct, but yeah, you have to give the correct move order. Aaron, that's right. Chaitanya also, the move order has to be correct. Thorsten, beautiful. Yes, Vedant. Mayur, something better. Yeah, a lot of correct answers. Shankulam, that's right. Yes, c takes d5, bishop f1. The knight is not on f3, and that makes all the difference. He played bishop f6. I was completely shocked, and end of the story. Resigns. With the knight on f3, the same position, I could take bishop f6 and there will be no check. Game over. So this has been my shortest game so far that I lost on 15 moves. This is the only blitz game I took from a very promising player, very talented, Ronak Sadhwani. Again, it falls into the exact theme. Sorry, I just missed one question, so I'll get back to the position. The previous position. What if bishop g2? Bishop g2, he will take here, yeah? Just to make things worse, now this rook is also hanging. And bishop h1, I take, still the rook is trapped. And if you play bishop e4, I'll just take there. So Ronak, actually, when I was talking about this particular topic, he said he also had something similar. And he only showed me this game. It's again the same thing, same theme. There is a theory here. if white played e4, and if bishop c5, there is a well-known theory: you take and play d4, and in the game, two moves was included. Two moves were included: h6, g3, and now bishop c5. Ronak took, his opponent took, Savchenko, d4, but g3 and h6 is included. Yeah, absolutely. And let's not forget, I mean, I'm not just taking any random blitz players. Both of them are exceptionally good blitz player. Uh, Ronak is very strong in blitz, and also Savchenko is very strong in blitz. This is not exactly a classical game, but it's 1 hour game, so still a lot of time, yeah. And hey Divakar, welcome. And at this point, the main theory is not bishop f5. Yeah, the main theory is queen a5, knight g2, and only now bishop f5. Topalov goes move 10, bishop f5. He forgot to include queen a5. Yes, Kanan, exactly. Right answer. Although it may not be as obvious as it looks, I don't think Topalov missed bishop d8. Again, it's a speculation. But what could be a possible explanation that after bishop b8, maybe, again, this is my own interpretation, maybe he was thinking that he can take first, take, and now play rook b8. And the argument was, you can play f3, but I have knight g3 or knight d6. And the thing is, in this particular position, right, when you're playing bishop f5, you don't expect suddenly you lose the game because this rook is unprotected. And that's what happens. Because after bishop b8, okay, you take here, I take, you play rook b8, queen b8, doesn't matter. We go f3. No matter what, whether you put your knight here or here, absolutely, Aryan, Sai, Sushant, Arshini, let's say knight g3, yeah? We give a check. If the rook would be on g8, black would happily play bishop d7 and say, hey, it's white now who is losing. But that's not happening. Queen d4, suddenly double attack. So bishop b8, knight c3 happened in the game, but now it's too late. Some check, he goes king e2. And the problem is, again, we have to take this. We cannot take it with rook because of queen e5. He plays queen takes b8, queen d5, resigns. I mean, hard to blame. Actually, now I see that after knight f6, there is also queen c4. This is falling, and knight c5, a3. So kind of losing the piece. This is black played b6. This is not opening preparation mixed up. These are tricks. So blunders, but suddenly something unexpected happens. Oh, we might have seen by now roughly about 30 games already. E3. What did white miss? Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful, guys. Suddenly, out of nowhere, rook a3 happens. Resigns. Move 10. This one is also, so these are tricks. Yeah, these are like, again, blunders, but not as obvious ones. White is attacking this knight. There is a pin. Black could play a simple move. Castle, unpin. We cannot move the knight because this is hanging. And after castle, queen d5, we take knight into e5. No problem there. Black played knight c7. Looks fine. Everything, I mean, this knight is protected with three pieces. And suddenly this is hanging, there is pin, everything. It seems like, it's white who should be bothered about. Why is this losing? Yeah, very fast, guys. That's what happened. Yeah, from Rita, Aryan, Sritan, Nicholas. Knight takes d7. This is hanging. Took bishop d4. I'm pretty sure, like, okay, De La Villa Garcia is a strong grandmaster. And yeah, getting mated on 13 moves does not happen every other day. So, let's see. This one is also nice. Once again, Kotsur. So black is kind of attacking the bishop. Kotsur says, I don't need to protect it. Place rook e1. What did he miss? Yes, Vedant. First time, yeah. So again, these are like classical tournament hallucination, yeah. Queen takes d6, resigns. Because suddenly after bishop g6, there is king d7 and we are piece down. Something very similar happened in the following game. Timoshenko, again, a strong grandmaster. He played a3. A very standard trick, if you take twice, there is bishop g6 check and so on. Nevertheless, black took. White took. Black took. Who missed here? Did white miss something or black miss something? Black missed something? Sushant, are you sure? Yeah, white missed something. This position is not bad. By the way, I mean, here, for instance, still the game can continue. Yeah, we can still play some bishop e3, something. But Timoshenko thought, I don't know actually even what he was thinking at this point. He plays bishop g6 check, h6, resigns. Because we just pick up the queen. Unexpected moves. Kolmov, an experienced veteran grandmaster. This is 97, so he was a like full-time player. Then he's playing with Sherbakov. You don't expect anything to go unexpected here, right? It's such a simple position. And white just makes a natural move. He just takes the knight. How can this go wrong? There was a knight I took, and next I'll castle. Black makes a move, white resigns. Yeah, exactly. Very fast and very good, guys. Not bishop b4 check. Bishop b4 is only causing me a minute damage. I'll play king f1. You break my, I'll not be able to castle, but not more than that. Takes bishop g2. Out of nowhere, there is a check coming here. Resigns. Move 11. Fedorchuk. I played with him a number of times. Very solid player. Has got very strong repertoire also. He has got this fixed repertoire. Is He usually plays very solid. At this point, he makes a positional move. Now, can we say this is a bad bishop and this is a good bishop? We cannot say. Why not? It's normal, no? This is a bad bishop. Yeah. So black made a standard move, he played positional move, bishop to b5. Exactly. Beautiful, guys. c4, bishop c4. Not queen a4 check here. Queen a4 check, I have b5. But he simply takes on c4. Takes, move 13. And yeah, I mean, now it doesn't matter whether you're a grandmaster or a super grandmaster or whatever. It's gone. Resigns. Some are, so now we are coming to the opening tracks. So we saw mixing up preparation. We saw some blunders which are unexpected, which are very difficult to explain. Then we saw some tricks. Now we will see some opening traps. A normal move, knight d7. This is Kamsky versus Shankland. Knight takes d7 happened. And a trap, bishop d7, which is a mistake. Does anyone know why bishop d7 is a mistake? Nicholas, that's right. But the move order has to be correct. Maximiliano is also right, but again, the move order has to be correct. Aryan, that's very precise. So takes, dc5, it feels like white played like a stupid. He just gave away center and everything. But a very well-known trap. Suddenly bishop h7, queen h5 check, knight e4. Sam played for this game actually went for like 30 moves, but essentially the game was decided right at this point. The reason why I'm showing this is because very recently I played what was this Indian chess tour, where first round I was playing against Vishak, and I was white. When he played knight d7, I took knight d7 and I thought I got him in the trap. And he plays queen d7. No, Aryan, this does not prove that Shankland is bad, because if that's the criteria of being bad, then all of us are horrible. Because everybody, no matter whether it's Anand, Karpov, Magnus, everybody will have their glorious day when they blundered something. I think it's for everyone. This is normal. Yeah. So now look at my stupidity in this game. My opponent played queen takes d7, and like a very confident guy, I took bishop d6. He took, and I was like, wow, first round I'm getting a free point. I take on h7, he takes, I give check, king g8, I play knight e4. And as soon as I played knight e4, I'm thinking, I know this queen is attacked, I know this is coming, but what am I supposed to do after g6? My opponent plays g6, and only at this point I realized the difference between queen takes d7 and bishop d7. I am unable to take this guy. I was very lucky that I did not have to resign here. I had to find like the only way. Yes, Vedant, that's what I played and kind of bailed out. I played queen g5, he played queen e7, check, and I was very lucky to make a draw in the first round. This is slightly elegant, I would say. It's not very trivial, this particular game. No question. I never saw any material on the website actually. When I was looking for this, I made my own research. So I didn't see any book or any article on this. So this is Dortmund, yeah. Jobava is playing Kramnik. This is move 14. He plays e5, and 2 moves later, he resigns. Shayon, definitely I would love to show that, but that's not the topic of today's class. Yeah, knight b4 is correct answer, guys. A b4, and now you have to be precise. No, it's not easy. It's not easy. Actually, as of now, only Thorsten and Azar gave the correct answer. Yeah, knight e4. Knight e4, and surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, he resigned because how to continue? Like, pieces are falling. It's disaster. Could play rook c1, but there are some 100 ways to play. You can even you can take on d2. Knight d5, then you are not attacking the bishop on d2. That's why you play knight e4. Yeah, this one is also an interesting. White played bishop d4. What did he miss? Arjun, that's right. Tejasvi, yes. Yeah, now like chats are exploding completely. Yeah, totally. Knight d3 resigns. Queen d3, queen c1. So, did you expect that there will be so many games where GMs are blundering and losing in like 10 or 15 moves? But yeah, that was the main point actually for this class. We'll see just some more games and then we'll wrap up. The amount of material which I have, I can easily show maybe 200 games like this exactly at this level. This one is also one of my favorites. So this is Strat. Yeskas is playing against Sadler, and Sadler played the move bishop d6. Good, bad? It's what is very interesting. This is a very evil trap. White played queen a4. Actually, it's still nothing wrong. Black played a very surprising move, bishop d7. White is like, wait, what is going on? I take it. There is no queen trap. b6, I have queen a6. Thorsten, very good. Tershini. And now black revealed his card. Anthony, yes. Mayur, very good. a6. He says, how are you going to stop b6? The real blunder came here. Remember this Hubner game where Kasparov played f5 and like he first missed f5, but after f5 also he could still play queen h4 and kind of kept it going. So why do they say blunders never happens alone? That is because when we get a shock, then we are not thinking in a calm, composed mind. a6 was a shock for white, just like f5 was a shock for Hubner. And then the mind is restless. Then you are like, maybe in some cases players are cursing themselves. In some cases they are very sad or they are angry, And all these emotions are leading to another blunder. White could still save the game. In fact, computer thinks White is not doing bad at all. White could still play knight a4. Or, well, b4 is possible, but b4, b6, queen a3, a5, then the pawns kind of start storming. Knight a4 would have been ideal because it takes care of b6. We'll just take it if needed. But as many of you said, I think all these moves are similar. I got these three moves. I think we'll get to similar position as happened in the game. In the game, Yeskas played knight b1. Creating a square. Black takes control of the square. White says king d1. Exactly, Thorsten. White says king d1. I got a square. Black made a move. White stopped the clock. Tell me what it is. Exactly. c3 resigns. Out of nowhere, the queen is trapped. Another preparation. The theory is bishop e7 here, very well known. Amin Tabatabai from Iran, very strong player, also exceptionally strong in blitz and rapid as well. And he took queen takes c5. This is already bad, so he fell into some sort of preparation. How many games we saw so far? I can tell you that. This will be 36th position, and we will stop exactly on, let's make it 40, okay? We'll stop on 40. So c4 happened, takes, knight e5. Now white is already way ahead in development, and black is really struggling. But black played the final blunder, bishop d6. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, knight d3. There is no way to keep the protection. Queen a3 will go rook b3. So resigns. Talking about preparation, we'll see two more very short games. This time Shirov is the victim and Peter Wells is white. This happened in Gibraltar. Actually, this particular Gibraltar I was also playing, so I was seeing this game live. And the worst part is, if I remember correctly, Peter Wells actually published a book where this variation was given and the final position was there. It was simply that Shirov was not aware. Everything normal here, and Shirov thought for a while and opted for the most critical approach. Yes, Thorsten, f4, and bishop takes f4. And it turned out that Peter Wells actually gave the refutation of this line, which back then computers were not getting it instantly. Takes queen b2. It feels like everything is fine. This is under attack. There's no way white can defend this. We don't see anything immediate happening. After taking, this is also under attack. Well, Shankolon, if d6, I can still take, yeah? And there will be never mate on e7. I'll always have knight c6. Vedant, I'm not responding to you because it's the correct answer. I'm just waiting, who else are saying this. If queen c7, there is knight a6. If d6, there is knight c6. Yeah, Shushant, correct. Knight e2. Queen a1. Knight c3. Boxing this queen. And now he has to play queen b2 because otherwise we'll simply keep this queen here. It was queen b2. And now d6. Well, white could play knight f3, but this was more like, making sure this is under, the queen is totally out of play. And think about this. Black can now also play knight c6. But even if you play knight c6, I'll just start playing simply. Bishop d3, castle. Look at this queen, where it is going. It's so badly placed. And with the knight on c3, someday, these things will start happening. And pieces are dead. Shirov played queen c2, and after queen e3, he resigned. Because next bishop d3 is happening, castle is happening, the queen is totally out. Okay, two more games. This one is my game against Wei. This time I was fortunate. It's not exactly 15 moves, but this is 16 moves. Remember, we saw a3 the other game. In this game, I played g3, queen b6, and we said, knight b3, knight e5. This time, white can play e4. But there is another major theory where we go knight db5. This is what happened in my game. So he goes knight e5, bishop g2, a6, all well-known theory, queen a4. And at this point, there are many moves. Wei fell into some preparation. I think he could play, he could play rook b8 and so on. Rook b8 is the main move here. But instead of that, instead of that, he played the move bishop c5. What to play now? Yeah, bishop f4. This is the theory. And I mean, it was my preparation. Bishop takes f2, check, king f1. The point is this knight is kind of hanging and my king is still safe. He played knight g4, h3, attacking this guy. It was g5, trying his best to get rid of the bad knight here, which is hanging. I took bishop g5. Again, the knight is trapped. He played bishop g3, but by now he already saw it's losing because there is mate threatened, but there is one tactic. What is it? Yes, Ariane. Exactly. We just need one single tempo. c5, queen c5, and now knight e4. Now everything is falling. This is falling. This is falling. It was a very crucial game. And Wei is my very good friend. And he showed a tremendous sportsman spirit here. At this point, of course, I was also kind of feeling, what can I do? I mean, he fell for preparation, so there was just no game, literally. And he started, before making his move, he started laughing. I was trying to be very dignified there, I don't want to laugh when I'm winning. But he was laughing, like, he was shaking his head, he was laughing. I understand, he feels like, okay, he could not even make a single move. Like, I did not think everything was part of preparation. But then when he made his move, I just could not control. Then we both started laughing. So he made the move Queen G1. And as he made the move, we are playing on top board. There are this tournament, there are like bunch of many 2,700 players, a very high prize money tournament. And he plays Queen G1 and he is just laughing. He's like almost falling out of the board. And I also started laughing. Okay, what can I say? Yeah. Yeah, why didn't I take Rook G1? Yeah, that would be. I mean, I could also pretend that I want to take Rook G1, but because I didn't do any such thing, I took King G1 and yeah, he then resigned. So it was his typical humor. If, of course, Rook G1, then Knight H2 is a mate. And after the game, he said he sincerely felt Queen G1 is the best move in the position, and I cannot argue to that because the logic which he gave, it's mathematical, and there is no argument. He says after Queen G1, my chances of win and loss are 50-50. Either you take Rook G1 or you take King G1, so now it's 50-50. So yeah. All right, guys. So I just wanted to show one particular game. Let me get that game, and we'll wrap up with that one. Because somehow I missed that, and I would like to end the class with that. Just give me 2 minutes. Sorry for the delay here. I'm just getting the game. Yeah, so this will be our last game for the session. Sorry. Aronian Nepomniachtchi, Vaikanzi 2011. I was playing in the B group, so this game also I saw live. And both very strong players. Queen B7 happened. The main theory here, there are like thousands of games here, or hundreds of games. I can actually tell you how many games are there. Yeah, there are like not many, 66 games that went with the normal move, Queen B6. This is the theory. The idea is if we take on A8, black can play moves like, let's say, for instance, knight bd7 or knight c6. The queen gets trapped. I can also probably play this because if you take here, I can take here. I guess so. Or knight bd7, knight a6. It doesn't really matter. The queen will be lost. White gets 2 rooks, but white's king is in the center. Mixing up preparation and half remembering, half calculating. After queen b7, Nepo quickly played c takes d4, e takes d4, and now he played queen b6. What went wrong? What is the problem here? Yeah. Sritan, you're right. Yeah, beautiful face. The rook is protected. Very nice. So queen takes a8, and of course at this point, because Levon started to think, and Nepo immediately realized that you cannot trap the queen anymore. There will be c5, and after you take, white just plays queen c6 or queen a7. Doesn't really matter. The rook is protected. So in the game, he continued with knight h5, but ended up resigning after a few months. So yeah, we saw, I don't know how many games we actually covered today. A lot of games. Yeah, you will, of course, all of you will be getting the PGN, so you can, go through these games slowly at your own pace and kind of see, how players are going wrong. So it's not about their strength. Of course, these players are they're very strong players, but blunders, mistakes happens to everyone. So that was the main thing I wanted to share in this class. And, yeah, thank you for joining. If you have any question now, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up. And as I said, yeah, I have the material. I think I can take a couple of more classes on the very same topic. So yeah, so for those who are new in process training, you find the PG and it gets automatically uploaded in the website. Usually next day, but in some cases, the coaches are sending probably 1 day late or 2 days late, but you will get everything in the website. You will get the videos. Okay, this particular video we also streamed on YouTube, so this is publicly available. And this was, I would say, this class was more of a light, entertaining class, and yeah, some sort of an eye opener, I would say. And usually, all the videos and PGN files, you'll get it from the website. Once you log in, it should be there in your dashboard. And just in case, if any of you have not joined our WhatsApp group, please do join that. WhatsApp, Discord, and Facebook. And also thanks to YouTube viewers for staying with us. And sorry, I could not take any of the questions. This was basically the class that we were streaming. It was not exactly my own personal stream. So yeah, so do join.